Leaders in the state of Texas are being tracked by the FBI. They're facing bomb threats, death threats, and that is after what we saw in Minnesota just 2 months ago. Republicans, Donald Trump, Greg Abbott, Texas Republican leaders, they have the power to stop the threats, to stop all of this. And that's the questions that the media should be asking. Why aren't they stopping this? Republicans in California also have the responsibility to see that their Republican leaders do just that. This isn't a fight. This is not a fight that California picked. But it's also not a fight that we are going to run from. When times are tough, you run towards the wildfire. And that's what we're going to be prepared to do. This country is hanging by a thread as we know it. We have the duty to protect it with an ironclad commitment that we all swore before God. It is now my honor to introduce Zoe Lofgren, who has been instrumental in this process. She is the elected chair of the California Democratic Congressional Delegation. Can we please give her a warm welcome?
Well, thank you very much, Mike. You know, the California Democratic Delegation has been long in favor of independent citizens commission. In fact, the commission drew our lines. We are not allowed to give them any input, and that was fine with us. I am the author of a bill in the House to require independent commissions in every state. And when Democrats were in the majority, and we had Ms. Pelosi as our speaker, we passed a bill that included independent commissions in every state. We did not get a single Republican vote for that, and the Republicans blocked it in the U.S. Senate. So we're not here trying to change or rig the system. We're here because Donald Trump and his Republican cohorts are trying to rig the system. They know that what they've done to the American people is deeply unpopular. They know that because of what they've done, stripping health care for more than 17 million Americans, to give tax cuts to billionaires, hurting California by increasing pollution, by stripping education funds, by stripping nutrition programs from the needy. That is very unpopular, and we cannot allow these elections to be rigged without a response. Now, the Democrats in California are happy with all our districts just as they are, but when we saw that Texas was going to create the most segregated map in Texas since the 60s to eliminate all of the minority districts that they could, so that they could create 5 Republican districts, we said, could we create a map that eliminated 5 Republican districts, but that was true to the Voting Rights Act? And we found that we could. And so as we went through the details of the possibilities, I'm happy to report that every single member of the California delegation is willing to support a plan to do that. We cannot stand here. We cannot stand here and just shrug as Trump and the Republicans try and rig the rules so they can avoid responsibility for the damage that they have done to this country. We need a break on them, and we can get it in the midterm elections. I'll tell you, when we were in the majority, we didn't strip health care from Americans. We provided health care with the Affordable Care Act. And the mastermind of that is someone I'd like to introduce next, the most effective speaker in the history of the United States, Nancy Pelosi.
Thank you very much, Zoe. I think it's very clear from listening to our presenters so far that the Republicans are acting because they have bankruptcy of ideas. They have no winning ideas to present to the American people, and they cannot defend their actions legitimately. So they're trying to do it and rig it illegitimately. I want to thank our governor for his leadership, his persistence in protecting and defending our Constitution and our democracy. Thank you, Governor Newsom. It's an honor to be here with the Speaker of the Assembly and the President Pro Tem of the Senate of our legislature and hear their clear message about what this means to California, but more importantly, to our country. And I join them in